As long as they pay us, I'll sit it out. Tournaments. Now that's a pastime for real men.
All right, I'll take part in your tournament.
The king will be pleased. Just remember, this will not be a fight to the death.
I'll try not to forget.
Duels take place from noon to dusk. You'll find me by the arena then.
I'm done with this cursed place. The bloody comet, square coins, and that barking fog.
Tournaments. Now that's a...
Can we start?
Duels take place from noon to...
I'm done with this cursed place. The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coins.
Were you here 3 years ago during the last battle for Vergen?
Bradley's blue banner was. They were decimated by mages. The survivors enlisted with us. They weren't eager to talk about it, and we didn't press them.
No lack of work for your kind.
Mercenary might just be the surest profession these days. Sign of the times.
Does Henselt pay his mercenaries well? Call it professional curiosity on my part.
It's no secret a lump sum of 20,000 Novigrad crowns awaits, to be divvied up between those who survive.
So the more of you die, the greater the take per head.
Yes.
Let's talk arm wrestling.
Go on. As you're a witcher and I'm a mercenary, neither of us should wrestle for free.
I'm ready.
Lucky that Nilfgaardian at Brenna wasn't as strong as you. Or Adam Pangrat would be a heap of white bones right now.
Lucky for you, we were only playing for coin.
I venture to say there's only one man who stands a chance against you. Numa.
Numa? What kind of name is that?
He's a circus artist. The mighty Numa, they call him. Apparently grips like a vice. But word has it he cheats.
How?
Performance-enhancing potions. The undetectable kind.
I'll be sure to seek him out someday.
You'd know best if he's using his muscles or alchemy. The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coins. Grown lads with their arses in the air, scavenging round the tents.
Where are these coins from if there wasn't a single one when they were pitching camp?
You'll meet your match.
We need to talk.
What? No, hello, good morning. Pucker up and kiss my ass? Nothing?
Hello.
Good morning, White Wolf. Will you take some tea? It's a fortifying beverage.
Some other time, maybe. You must know a lot about the Wild Hunt, as one of the reigning majesties among mages.
I simply cannot concern myself with folk tales about corpses flying about on intensely emaciated steeds.
The Wild Hunt's no myth. I think I know how to free the king from his curse.
Well then, let's get to work.
Can't do anything until I have the spear the soldier stabbed Sabrina with. Problem is, it's in the hands of a Scoia'tael commander named Iorveth.
I know this, Iorveth. Are you certain this is the spear?
Mm-hmm. I last saw him back in Flotsam.
Iorveth is in Vergen, Witcher, along with most of the Scoia'tael from the area. They've joined that peasant girl's insurgency.
Iorveth part of a peasant uprising? It doesn't make sense.
There's only one way to confirm or disprove it. You must cross to the other side of the mist. What of the other artifacts? Do you know them all now?
There are two others in Vergen. The Sword of the Visitor and the Standard of the Dun Banner. Learn anything new about the curse?
The mage on the other side of the fog is also probing the battlefield. A sorceress.
How do you know?
You shall know them by the fruit of their spells. Magic differs with the brain type that generates it. The female mind is simply laid out differently.
It could be Triss.
No, Witcher, it's someone far more powerful.
Does the name Vincent Trott sound familiar?
A traitor. He did some damage in my ranks. 1 dead and 2 still in the field hospital. If you know where he's hiding, I've some issues I'd like to discuss with him. The tools are already in the fire, but the rogue seems to have donned an invisibility cap.
I believe he has Seltkirk's armor, one of the artifacts.
My investigation's at a dead end. I know not where he is, and I'll soon need to resort to more radical methods.
Hold off a bit longer. If he escapes,
There's no way to do so. My people guard the ford, and I doubt our brave Vincent could make it past the spectres. He must be nearby.
spoken to the king yet?
Indeed, he was delighted to hear he can be cut from the curse.
Great, because I need the medallion of the priest known as Crest. I heard it's in Henselt's possession.
He'll give you nothing until you free him from the curse. Truthfully, I believe I understand him. You have a good chance of perishing when you confront the Draugrs.
Give me a break, Deathmold. The two of you are just afraid I'll leave this entire mess in your hands.
Ah, that is something I do not fear at all, for I know exactly why you're here. As for the king, you may curse him and scold him and call him a fool if you wish, though it's not something I would advise.
I need magic powder to mark out the runes.
Are you aware that the formula requires powdered camphor resin?
I am.
Then you must also know that the resin is extremely valuable.
Get Henselt to pay you. I need the powder to do the exorcism, reverse the prophecy, and release him from the curse.
You should have said, I'll give you as much as you need.
Thanks, on the king's behalf.
I've one more thing you might find useful.
What's that?
You asked me for protective runes. I've done better. Take this grimoire, which details many. I believe there's even one for syphilis. I've marked my recommendations.
Thanks. I've got to get through the mist, or I can't lift the curse.
I shall supply the white flag when you set out as our emissary. The lass is reputedly honourable. She'll welcome you, invite you to a feast, and with a bit of luck you may even plough her.
You're sick, Deathmold.
They say she's very pretty. Peasant girls not to your liking?
Not your concern.
In case the elves lack an understanding of diplomatic symbolism, please also take this armor. With His Majesty's blessing, I might add.
A king's concern can be boundless when his life depends on that of another.
I spent some time working on this recently. This little marvel will guide you through the fog and provide a measure of protection from the spectres.
Thanks. Can you make anything out of these notes, sorcerer?
Where did you get them?
Unimportant.
And you've no notion what's in them?
Wouldn't be asking if I did.
They describe a very dangerous ritual. Practically pure necromancy. The sort that gets you burned at the stake.
Be specific. What kind of ritual?
One to summon the soul of an evil man. A man evil enough to wander the world after death. Souls of this kind gladly enter into covenants in the hope of being sent into the beyond.
Why would anyone want to deal with evil?
The possible reasons are many. You'll always find people willing to sell their souls in exchange for something valuable to them. I'll gladly buy the scroll.
I thought necromancy was forbidden.
Oh, it is, but I'm an avid collector of manuscripts containing forbidden knowledge.
I think I'll keep it. Maybe I can become a collector myself.
Good to see you, you old rogue.
Why the long face, Sultan?
Everything's fucked.
The only sight worse than a sad dwarf is the sight of a very sad dwarf.
I don't suppose you have any vodka?
Might have.
Wonderful. Life without old mates and booze is like a woman without a rump.
If you need a change of climate, come with me. I'm on my way to Vergen.
You say that as if you're going to the brothel round the corner. Forgetting about the spectres?
I may have amnesia, but I remember the curse.
Well, all I get around here is non-human midget and the like. And I've dwarven brethren on that side. Sure as shit, I'll take Saskia over that prick Hensel too. You really willing to help me cross?
Of course.
You know, Geralt, I have a feeling that Vergen's where I should be.
I get you. Let's go.
How do you plan to get through the fog? Thought it was suicide to venture into it.
Deathmold gave me a protective amulet.
Throw it out! I wouldn't touch anything belonging to that dick.
The magical potential of the talisman will cause a local interference in the astral projection, creating disharmony where the two dimensions of reality meet.
Meaning?
The mist should part to let us pass.
You should have put it like that to begin with, instead of all that crap about astral bodies. I'll go with you.
I'm a bit scared of going against the Saint.
The enemy have fed you their propaganda.
Ah! But what if she's truly an anointed virgin?
Ah, don't worry about it. The Witcher will take care of everything.
I can't wait to have some proper ale instead of that piss water they drink in the Kidwenny camp. Thanks again, Geralt.
Life can be really strange. I fought the Nilfgaardians a few years back. Now we make camp with the Black.
Politics. What's it to us?
We should have our say, take an interest in things. Or it will turn out like
that is guiding us.
Never again. Fucking fog.
Look at it this way. You'll be able to brag about seeing the ghostly fog from the inside for the rest of your life.
I'd rather brag about how I plowed 3 wenches at once in my youth. Kill him! Adon! Stop! You're making a mistake!
A mistake? Interesting. There's a war on. Don't know if you've noticed. And wars are won by killing foes. Or do I have it all wrong?
The Witcher's a messenger. On his way to see Saskia.
Not your typical messenger.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but we had to pass through an atypical fog in which your typical messenger would have shit just before he...
Enough! We'll not let you inside Vergen. But you can deliver your message to the commander of the Watch. He's stationed by the town gates.
Plowing typical elf. Come on, Geralt.
Why, it's Geralt of Rivia and Zoltan Chive. Pinch me, Burden, for I believe I've dozed off while on duty.
Could be an illusion, eh? Or some spectres from the battlefield have lost their way. Maybe we ought to tickle them with an axe, just to be sure.
I'm afraid there's no mage out there who can conjure up the Witcher's mug, nor the aroma of Zoltan's beer-soaked beard.
Yarpin Zigrin. Lice eat me if I'm not delighted to see that horrid mug of yours.
This lad here's scaling Burden. Geralt, what are you doing standing there as if you've swallowed a halberd? Got a hug for an old mate?
Greetings. Triss has told me a lot about you.
Wee Marigold? Ha! How is the lass? Let me tell you, Scalen, this here Witcher's the very embodiment of chivalry. All the Selkirks of the world can't hold a candle to him. And you know why?
No, but I got a feeling we're about to find out.
I'm afraid we're in too big a hurry to stop and reminisce. We're here on important business. Triss could be somewhere in this area.
The plague. I've not seen her 5 years, must be. Since that day, they proclaimed you dead. Last saw her in Rivia, in any case.
From what I've been able to establish, the Kingslayer forced her to teleport the two of them to this area, and she's not on the other side of the fog.
What did this Kingslayer look like?
A huge, bald witcher. Wears a medallion with a snake on it.
Sorry, Geralt. Doesn't even ring the tiniest bell, any of that.
I might know something. This drunk in Vergen claims he saw a redhead fall from the sky somewhere among the ravines. And then he said the sorceress Philippa Eilhart came around looking for this woman.
Shriveled old minx.
She sent her servant and some peasants to the ravines after her. But they came back empty-handed. Now Philippa's serving maid's gone, leaving the sorceress angry as a wasp. She even turned one of the plebs into a pig. I spoke to one of those peasants. He claims the lass was no servant, but an Nilfgaardian agent. And she apparently found something in those ravines. Maybe it was Triss. And maybe it was that witcher. Madame Eilhart, or the old minx as Yarpen calls her, knows she's been duped and can't forgive herself for it.
Did the woman flee south, deeper into Eddern?
Fucking hell! She came out the main gate not more than an hour ago, headed straight for the fog. Thought she might be out to do some magic probing or whatnot.
She knew a bit of magic. She might have crossed.
I guess I need to visit Shillard when I get back. How's Yorvith? Any chance I might run into him?
Minimal. He follows Saskia around like a once-neglected pup. Eyes on her at all times.
At least the lass is well protected. What do you seek from Yorvith? Last I heard, you weren't exactly chummy.
You heard right. But when I last saw him in Flotsam, he had something I need to lift the curse.
Even if you see him, I doubt he'll give you anything out of the kindness of his heart. Perhaps Saskia can convince him?
Guess I don't have much of a choice. Any idea where I might find the Dun banner?
Try the Netherworld. The whole unit was cut down during the battle 3 years ago.
I meant the unit's standard, which symbolizes death.
Ah, that makes it a lot easier. We buried it with the remains of the Kedwenis.
Where?
Just outside Vergen. I'll mark it on your map as the road could get confusing. Strange things are afoot in those crypts, Witcher. Kedweni ghosts scaring off our folk. That would be normal since they were invaders. But one's some kind of amateur historian, asking all that venture there about the battle and the Dun banner.
I'll look into it. Thanks. I have to see Saskia.
To what end?
To dispel the mist of wraiths, I need a few magic artifacts.
What's Saskia got to do with that?
Her sword is one of those items.
And what do you suggest I do? Yorvith and Saskia banned us from letting strangers in. And here are two old mates come over from the other side who want just that. A lose-lose situation if ever I've seen one.
That ought to be easy to get around.
Cow pies ought to be easy to get around, yet we don't always succeed.
I'm staying here, Yarpen. I want to join you, enlist. Will you have me in the Dwarven Brigade?
Will I have you, Chiefy? Will I plough and have you? Why, I'll make you fucking commander, you cocksucker! Problem solved. Scalen, you're my witness. Zoltan's no longer a stranger.
Aha.
All right. Now I'll introduce you to Saskia, and you can try to clarify the story with a sword for her, or whatnot.
Don't you fret about the sword, Geralt. I promise to ascend to the fucking heights of oratory. Be soft as a mink, cautious as a novice strumpet. I'll get you that blade if I have to shave my beard off.
All right then. See that, Scalen? We were headed for a tragedy.
Now we're headed for a comedy.
Ah, youth these days, lacking hope and heart. You know what Zoltan and I saw at Brenna, lad? To us, there's no such thing as the impossible.
It's nice to talk to you all, but we've got things to do.
Ah, that's life. Open the gate. I've got to fetch me a certain sword.
Wait a minute. If by some miracle you obtain that cursed blade, I'd advise you not to parade it out the main gate past the squirrels.
Got another solution?
There's another passage. I'll mark it in the Witcher's map and show you myself. Sound all right to you?
It does. In the meantime, I'll look around for that flag.
Prime, I'd say. Off we go then.
I'll say it again. Humans are strange.
Oh, another traveller. From where? Wait, let me guess.
From Temeria.
Had it at the tip of my tongue. So, what brings you to Bergen? Wait, I know.
Business.
Just what I thought. And you're...
A witcher.
Well, well. We don't often see witches here. What do witches do anyway?
We solve problems.
Oh, I have a problem with my boyfriend.
Did you find his entrails strewn on the porch and his head a few paces away? Because those are the kind of problems I solve.
See, when they're to marry, they become terribly picky. Have to check everything. Whether the bride's been ploughed, has a dowry, is diligent. Yet, here we've a common girl. Don't bother me. Claims she's a virgin.
And nobody questions her virtue. They just follow her to war.
To death. What do you say to that?
You've answered your own question. Humans follow adventure, get drunk on ideas, and while drunk,
damn it. How many more will turn up?
seek?
Geralt of Rivia. I seek the standard of the Dun Banner. Who are you?
Eckhart Hennessy, ensign and color-bearer of the Dun Banner, the best force to issue from the land of Kedwen.
You may not remember me, but I remember you.
Where from?
I served in the Dun Banner.
Liar!
I fought beneath its standard at Brenna and at Vergen.
The Battle of Brenna. The Nordlands, shoulder to shoulder against the Black Ones. The Redanians, led by De Ruyter on the right, the Talus leading Temeria on the left. A splendid sight, was it not?
You're mistaken. The Redanian regiments were on the left. The Temerians took the center.
Correct. Perhaps you speak the truth.
Try me again.
Tell me, for this you must know. Who was chief commander of the Nilfgaardians at Brenna?
Menno Cohorn.
I am beginning to believe you. Menno Cohorn, the repulsive head hound of the Nilfgaardian pack, but a great commander. He will again let the Nordlings' blood. Would you agree?
Your memory has suffered after death. Cohorn perished at Brenna.
You are vigilant. I could not deceive you.
Because I am of the Dun Banner.
Perhaps you did fight at Brenna. It was so long ago I may have forgotten you. But Vergen is another matter.
I can't answer for the state of your memory.
You are right. Memory often fails us after death. I cringe to admit I've forgotten who commanded the armies during the Battle of Vergen. Perhaps the most important day of my life. And the last. Be so good as to remind me.
Seltkirk led Eddern. Vandergrift led us.
Well done. Not all know that. Some believe that the kings commanded the armies during the battle, or that their mages did.
Do you believe me yet?
Not yet, but I shall when you tell me how you survived the massacre at Vergen.
Reverend Crest led us out of the fire. He had a magic medallion that protected us from the flames.
Many survived?
Zivik's platoon.
Zivik, the regiment's best corporal. You have proven that you served in the Dun Banner.
May I take the standard?
Why do you desire it so?
It will help me lift a curse.
Curses are of no import to me.
This one should be. It has stopped King Henselt's army from advancing.
The unicorn has returned.
He stands at Vergen's gates. With your help, he'll avenge the Dun Banner.
The standard lies in the sarcophagus. Take it. You will also find the sword of Colonel Gondor. Now, it is yours.
Thank you.
Where have you left your mount?
There are no horses here.
True. I would gladly drink with a brother from Brenna, but I am an unfettered soul. Strong drink means nothing, tastes of nothing. Perhaps I miss that most in death. Guard the standard. I grasped it firmly even as they cut me down.
Wonder how many more will turn up.
The place is busy like never before.
So, Vergen's grown a bit, eh?
Witcher, I might have some work for you.
Did I hear you mention a job?
Indeed. One very much in your line. I know a collector in Vengerberg. He pays well for all kinds of monster-related curios.
Ericus venom? Necker hearts? Sounds doable.
Harpy feathers.
Uh-huh. Why feathers?
I never asked. Got the order and that's that. Interested?
What kind of coin are we talking about?
Why don't we do a test? Bring me a bundle of fine feathers for which I'll pay you, and if we're both satisfied, we'll figure things out.
He's gonna want more than a bundle? That'll mean a lot of traipsing around.
A few more, yes. So?
I'll keep my eyes open, but no promises. I've got more important things to deal with.
Where are you headed?
Take that.
many more can there be?
Medallion's vibrating. Magic or danger?
At your service.
I've got your feathers.
Wonderful. Excellent quality. Just what I needed. I'll pay for each and every one. If you're in need of coin, just bring me more.
Harpies have become rare in this area.
I'm not sure I understand.
Supply drops, prices rise.
By how much?
Pay me 1.5 times as much and we've got a deal.
You must be mad! I'll not give you that!
You said this was Witcher's work, so either agree to my rate or find yourself another Harpy specialist.
So be it. I shall pay you more. Where are you headed?
Damn it. Damn. Damn it. Zoltan, you were supposed to bring the sword.
I failed, Geralt.
That was not the best idea, Witcher. Dwarves are poor liars in general, and that's especially true of this one.
You know everything you need to know?
Yes. You need the weapon to lift the curse from Henselt and free the souls of the fallen.
Milady, I know you're at war with Henselt, but the curse threatens Vergen as well. It's a field of uncontrollable magic energy.
No need to exert yourself. I know this. The sword shall be yours.
Just like that?
Yes. I'm glad to help and thank you on behalf of the Vergennes, the souls of whose loved ones will finally be granted the peace they have so long deserved.
Milady.
I am no lady. My name is Saskia.
Saskia, I'll need some time to lift the curse, enough for you to fall back. The Scoia'tael and peasants can't hope to defeat a professional army in open battle. Withdraw deeper into Aedirn.
You underestimate them.
Looking to be another Ellerin? Do you want them to die with your name on their lips? You know that's what'll happen if there's a fight. The fighters will die quick deaths, but then Henselt's men will enter the town. They'll spare no one. They'll kill the men, rape the women, turn the beautiful ones into slaves, and torture the rest to death.
I have seen conquered cities and know the risks. Why do you aid Henselt? Why do you risk your life to lift this curse?
I have my own agenda. A certain seer foretold that in lifting the curse, I'd recover my memory. I'm certainly not Henselt's devoted follower.
In that case, join my forces.
I can't. I have certain obligations on the other side. Friends who remained in Henselt's camp. Friends I can't leave behind.
I too have obligations that prevent me from fleeing or withdrawing. I cannot disappoint all those who place their trust in me. Go where you must and hope your obligations don't drive you to fight me.
I'm no soldier, Saskia. You can be sure of that.
Time will tell. Farewell, Witcher, and look after your friends. Henselt is a true rogue.
See you, you old prick. Don't let them kidwinize you and don't get killed.
That goes for you too, Zoltan. Farewell to you both.
Saskia, I forgot one wee thing. Geralt wishes to meet with Iorveth. He's got dealings with the elf.
I need the head of the spear used to finish off Sabrina as she uttered the curse. Iorveth had it when we ran into each other in Flotsam.
He lost it playing dice. Scanlan now has the spearhead. The young Burden is a gambler, an addict, and perhaps Vergen's top sharp. You should speak to him.
Iorveth put that spearhead up as a bet?
When it comes to getting folk to sit down to a game of poker, Scanlan can be convincing. His pack is bulging with treasures. You'd be surprised. All won at dice.
I won't need convincing. We'll see how he does against me. Farewell to you both. Guess they'll never learn. Shit, you stink. I heard you have the head of Yorvith's spear.
I do indeed.
I could use that spearhead.
Not a chance in hell. It's my trophy. Won it off the greatest killer among elves. In certain circles, that makes me a hero.
What were you playing?
Dice poker.
I've rolled a few dice in my time.
Do I hear a challenge? I trust you'll not ask me for a handicap. Though I must warn you, I aim to be merciless. Curse or no curse.
Let's begin.
You lost, Witcher.
Who is he?
Another who sought a magic spear of fate or destiny. Old story, doesn't much matter anymore. In any case, if you care to drop a few more orens in my pouch, I'll be more than glad to play you.
Remat?
With You play like a true sharp, almost like a cheat. But, true to my word, the spearhead's yours.
Thanks, Galen. I heard you have a few more interesting trinkets I could win off you.
I could find something.
Let's see what else.
Be my guest. Ha! I win! Ha! I win! Ha! That one. Hello?
The plague!
Good, you're here. The Nilfgaardians attacked us.
Any idea why?
They were loitering around here, staring into the fog as if waiting for something. I summoned Fen, Silas, and a few others, and told Vess to cover us from a distance while we went to talk to them. So I asked the black dogs courteously why they were gazing into the fog, as if the Emperor himself was about to emerge from it. No answer. But I can see the anger, knitted brows, faces reddening. And they start growling to each other in that dog's tongue of theirs. A woman came out of the mist, beautiful and barely alive. She dropped to the ground and a small object slipped from her hand. It was a jade figurine, no larger than a man's hand. If I didn't know it was impossible, I'd say it was Triss turned into a statuette.
It is possible. Artifact compression. Where's this woman?
I don't know. The girl growled at the soldiers and all hell broke loose. The Black Ones jumped us and she ran off towards the camp.
I need to follow her.
We're going with you. Fall in!
I want to stock up on provisions.
Seek and ye shall find, as the prophet Leviota would say.
He was a shepherd, had experience in seeking and finding.
You know the good book? That's worthy of praise.
Any discount on account of that?
No.
The prophet Leviota encourages the giving of discounts.
I don't recall that verse.
Oral tradition. And if your neighbor offers you a basket of apples for a ram, say you shall take but half a basket, for 10 more neighbors will come, and 5 of them will offer you 2 baskets of apples for the ram so many covet.
An endless source of wisdom. Browse and choose.
Life can be really strange. I fought the Nilfgaardians a few
Brow.
We should have our say. Take an interest in... Or it will turn out like the mill in Stilton. The one the smith from Jailmouth took over when he married...
Well, well, a witcher. Girls, prim yourselves. How can I help you, handsome?
I wanted to talk.
We're no strangers to the art of conversation, but it'll cost you just as much as a good plough.
Sounds all right.
Ask away, then. What would you like to talk about?
Heard of the Virgin of Eddern?
Hasn't everyone?
Any thoughts?
Oh, yes. A maturing woman like that never been ploughed. Her head's bound to be muddled. We'll have peace when she drops her sword to grab a nice healthy prick instead.
Greetings, handsome. Are there trolls here?
Aye, there are.
And you don't mind.
What's so strange about that? Other lands have slizzards, drowners. We have trolls.
And they don't trouble the locals?
What about building bridges?
Among the rocks and would go there. As for tools, the headman tricked them and they're not. He said he would forbid them, but not where there's no river. He said they do better building.
tournaments. Now that's a...
I'm here about the Rotfiend contract.
What about it?
The fiends have rotted for good.
Well done. We lost many patrols to them. Here's your reward.